Hello, ESL friends. Happy morning to you. Um, so today for our flipped notebook activity, we are going to be talking about writing hooks. Now, when you are writing your personal narrative, because that's where we're heading here, you want to think about how you're going to get your readers interested in what you're writing about. How are you going to keep the person who is reading your story wanting to read more? And that is called the writing hook. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so I have my notebook page glued down. I'm going to turn it over to my table of contents. Maybe my pages are sticking. Okay, let me pull this down so you can see it a little clearer. Let me get my pen. So I am on page number 7. You might be on a different number, and that is perfectly okay. And today we are going to talk about writing a hook. And this is still part of our Unit 1 writing project. Okay, there we go. So go ahead and fill out your table of contents page, and then we will move on to the notebook page. All right, let's talk about a hook a little bit more. I am not talking about a hook on a fish line. Or a fishing line. I am talking about a hook in a story. So go ahead and grab some crayons, markers, or highlighters so we can take a look at some of the important things to remember about a writing hook. So, good writers have interesting introductions as they very first sentence. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. A good writers have interesting introductions as their first sentences. You can catch your reader's attention by writing a hook. Okay, so let's look at that little definition of what a writing hook is. Okay, so a writing hook is an interesting introduction as your very first sentence. Okay, you're trying to catch your reader's attention. Okay, so it's an interesting introduction. It's the very first sentence, or sometimes it's the first few sentences, and you can catch your reader's attention. There are a couple of ways that we can write a hook, okay, and we're going to talk about them. One way you can create a hook is to ask a question. Okay, so maybe you want to ask your reader a question. Have you ever gone to the swimming pool? Well, asking a question will get your readers to think, have I ever gone to the swimming pool? Yes, I have. It's really fun. This is one of my favorite ones. And this is one of my favorite words to say because it's fun to say. Onomatopoeia. An onomatopoeia is a sound or an action heard out loud, like splash or boom or bang or whap. Those are all examples of onomatopoeias. So they're really fun to say out loud and then to use in your story to grasp your reader's attention and kind of give your reader an idea of what is going on. So you could say, splash, I dove into the pool feet first. So when you read splash, your readers can almost picture themselves jumping into the pool and what that splash sound would be. You could also use a dialogue. Dialogue is somebody saying something directly. So when you have dialogue, you have quotes. So if you're ever reading a story and you see those quotes around a group of words, that means that somebody said that. So it says, "I want to go swimming," he yelled. Well, by using the quotes, we know what the author is saying. And then when it says he yelled, I can imagine that because I know what it would be like if somebody yelled, "I want to go swimming." Next, you can try starting off by giving a setting. Okay. So a setting is great for like if you have like a haunted house or a spooky story to kind of get your readers interested. But here in this example, it says, "The crisp blue water of the pool sparkled." So they give a lot of description words about where they are and what the setting looks like. So we can imagine that we are sitting at the pool with the crisp blue water. Another way to get your audience involved and thinking is by using a fact. So remember, facts are truths. They're not something we made up. Children need to practice to learn how to swim. Well, that's a fact. If you want to learn how to swim, you need to practice, and it's important to learn how to swim. So this is a fact. And then you could always try to be funny to make your audience laugh and make them want to read more. So a belly flop is one way to do it. So the reader will be able to picture somebody belly flopping into the pool and how funny that can be. Okay, so these are different hooks that you can use to get your audience to want to read more. So while you are going through these and while you are kind of watching the next video, try to think about what type of hook you want to use in order to keep your readers wanting more for your personal narrative. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in class. Bye.